Hello friends, it's Brian from House Cup Coffee, and we're doing something a little different today in preparation for Valentine's Day. This isn't necessarily a Valentine's Day drink, but it's not a bad one. So it is February 1st, and we obviously love coffee at House Cup Coffee, but we also like a good drink. So today we're going to talk about the Espresso Martini, and we're going to begin with glassware. What does an espresso martini go in? Whatever you got. It can be in a tumbler, it can be in a martini glass, a coupe, you call it, whatever it works best for you. I am preferential to a coupe glass. What you do want to do though is figure out how much fits in here, because that's then going to be relative to the liquor that you put in the drink. So we've got from a 9 ounce, a couple of 8 ounces, a 7-ounce coupe, and this little 4-ounce thing. We're gonna put that one aside because we actually want to drink. Yeah, the 9 ounce is just a little crazy, as much as that would be wonderful. We're not boozing it up too much here. We want to enjoy the drink. I'm actually gonna go with this nice 7-ounce coupe. But again, whatever you have, go for it. That's what works best. But for the moment, we're gonna push those guys aside. We're gonna focus on this guy. So the first thing you want to do, put this guy in the freezer. I've got one in the freezer already, so we will get that one chilled up while we're making the cocktail. Now this cocktail is a little different than the traditional espresso martini. I've been following a gentleman called Anders on YouTube, and he makes one with a different ingredient. And Spencer's here. So Spencer wants a martini. Okay, Spencer, I'll get you one, dude. Anyways, so we're gonna make it Anders way today, and I'll show you what the difference is there. Background on the espresso martini, folklore is in the 1980s, a model walked into a London bar and she said, I would like to have a drink that will wake me up and F me up. Anyways, I don't know if that story is true. It's folklore, and the bartender made her a martini and put a shot of espresso in it. And there we have the espresso martini. So anyways, what are we gonna need? Well, we're gonna need some espresso. So I've got some here. Actually, I've got it in the refrigerator chilling down. So you wanna start with a nice espresso. Why would you not go with a house cup espresso? Sure, but you can choose whatever coffee you want in here, whatever espresso shot you want. A lot of cocktails or espresso martinis use cold brew. You can use that. We make a great cold brew at House Cup. The only thing I would recommend is use a coffee that is full of body. Obviously, our espresso does. It's a darker roast. It includes some Colombia, which gives it that body as well. You could use a Costa Rica. Any Central American coffee would be fantastic. This one's actually a Brazilian coffee. It's actually my favorite. It's not the fullest body coffee, but I like the flavor of it, the nuttiness of it. But you can use whatever you like, but you want it chilled, and you're going to want about 1 to 2 ounces, again, depending on the size of the glass this cocktail is going into. So I've got 1.5 ounces here because my cocktail glass is 7 ounces. So I'm going to try and fill that guy up. And then we're going to need some booze. So normally, espresso martini uses vodka, and that's a pretty easy one, and you get lots of different kinds of vodka. This one's Kettle One. Anders taught me a different way, and that's swapping out the vodka for cognac. Cognac and coffee go great. So, cognac's not too expensive. These are two different qualities. This one is a French, obviously, cognac, a VS, and then I have a VSOP, which I picked up yesterday at the liquor store. And this one won the world's best cognac award, VSOP, double blind at the San Francisco cognac competition, whatever. So I'm gonna go with it. I like San Francisco, cognac's great. I guess it's good, but again, we're also putting it into a cocktail, so don't spend a lot of money on this, okay? Anytime you're doing mixed liquor and cocktails, don't use your most expensive stuff. I think this was only like 30 bucks. So, and I'll drink it, so no big deal. The next thing we're going to need, coffee liqueur. I've got 2 here. Anders recommends one that I can't get my hands on. If you live in Jersey, I know you can find it there. I know there's a store in Delaware that have it called Mr. Black. I'm looking forward to trying it. Maybe this weekend I'll swing by one of the stores and pick one up. It's a very pure cold brew coffee liqueur. No, not too many added sugars and such, and that's kind of thing you're looking for. If you want to add sugar, which we're going to, you want to be able to control that and not have it all in the booze here as an additive. This one's a Mexican one, and this one is from Washington, D.C. So I bought this one yesterday. I like the name, Concerto Espresso Liqueur. It is based on well, they can be based on rum, vodka, tequila. I believe this one is based on barley. But anyways, so we're going to try that. It smells nice. We're going to use quite a bit of that. So we'll do that. We're also going to need some sweetener, Demerara syrup. So we're going to use a Demerara sugar instead of a white sugar here, instead of a simple syrup. Demerara sugar I found at Whole Foods. Very inexpensive little bag here, and we're going to make a syrup out of it. So this is, instead of a simple syrup, which is a 1-to-1 sugar to water that you just put over the stove until the sugar dissolves and then put it in a container and let it chill. This one is a 2-to-1, 2 sugar to 1 water, and it creates a nice little syrupy mixture. This is going to create a nice little toffee flavor in the background, as well as sweeten the drink up a little bit. Finally, we're going to need something to mix all this in. So we've got our 4 ingredients. We've got our cognac, we've got our coffee liqueur, our Demerara sugar, and of course the most important thing, the espresso itself. So let's mix these guys together. So the most important thing here too to remember is we're going to mix these together. We're going to have to give them a really good shake because we're going to get that foam on top. We've got our cup actually sitting in the freezer, getting nice and chilled. And since I've got a 7-ounce cup, I'm going to do 1.5 ounces of these two guys, our cognac, our coffee liqueur, and 1.5 ounces of my espresso that's been chilled, and then 1/2 ounce of this Demerara syrup. So 1, 1, 1, and then it would be 1/4, right? So if you're mixing it, depending on, again, the proportion size of your cup, working on that. All right, what else are you going to need? Well, obviously you're going to need a jigger. You're going to need something to shake it in. You can use all sorts of things to shake. If you have a bar, you probably have something like this, or you got a Boston shaker. They're fun. They look great when you're trying to, make a cocktail and show off, I guess. I found this guy online, and it's kind of cool. Elevated Craft. I know Jim on our team has one of these as well. They're quite nice because they also have measurements right inside. So you don't necessarily need a jigger for that. And it's well insulated too. So make sure you got a nice clean shaker. And you're going to need 2 other things potentially to make this a really elevated, awesome cocktail. You're obviously going to want to strain it. We're not going to need that because this guy has a strainer as well. You're going to want to double strain it. So you're going to need a little one of these guys as well. Okay, so let's make the cocktail. All right. Spencer's all eager to try it. All right, Spencer, we'll get you going here, buddy. All right, let's get some ice. All right. I like to fill the ice up first, get this guy nice and chilled. And I'm actually going to mix the cocktail in the lid of the Elevated Craft guy. So let's start with our espresso. I'm going to pour our espresso in there. That's 1.5 ounces. I'm going to pour our 1.5 ounces of cognac. Oh, it smells so good already. I'm going to pour 1.5 ounces of our coffee liqueur. It's got a little bit of like a licorice smell to it. It's an interesting smell. Again, looking forward to trying the Mr. Black. So 1.5 ounces of that fun stuff. Then we're going to use 1/2 ounce of Demerara syrup. And then the mixing begins. So it's a nice syrup. Again, you can adjust that based on how sweet you like this cocktail to be. Dump that in there. By the way, this won't be the last cocktail we'll make with coffee. We'll do some other fun stuff. There's a coffee Negroni. Of course, there's an Irish coffee. We'll come up with some other stuff that you might enjoy. Okay. There's our cocktail. Let's get it mixed. Gonna need to mix it quite a bit. Oh, and make a mess while you're doing it too. That's right, my kitchen. I can clean it up. All right, nice clean counter here. All right, let's mix it up. Give it a good shake. about 15 seconds. We don't want to get that foam. While we're doing this, let's go get our cup. All right. Should be enough. We're going to double strain this guy, and we're going to have to take some time. Get all that good foam in there. By the way, what I didn't tell you is it's like 8 o'clock in the morning. Just dropped my son off at school. You know, this is the time you want to make a cocktail, right? Sorry, honey. I'm not really going to drink it all. Well, maybe I will. Maybe I'll save it till later. All right, take your time. You're going to want to get all that in there. While I'm waiting for this, today, February 1st, 2023, we also launched our annual Passion Coffee. Yes, this video is sponsored by House Cup Coffee in Havertown, Pennsylvania. That's Delco, folks. Go Eagles. While you're waiting for the Super Bowl that the Eagles are in, you can try our Passion Coffee. We just launched it this morning. It's a little different this year. It'll only be available till the 14th. It includes 3 coffees that we don't normally sell. A coffee from El Salvador, darker roast, some good berry notes, dark chocolates in there. We also have a Rwanda in there, just a little bit, that creates a little sweetness. It's a full-bodied Rwanda, a very unique coffee. And then a very different Colombian. It's a honey processed Colombian coffee where they keep the sticky, syrupy part of the fruit laying out with the bean, and it creates a little sweeter coffee. That's a medium roast. So that is our Passion Coffee that is now available online as well as at the House Cup Cafe in Havertown. It's a real nice coffee, and only available till the 14th or until we run out. If we run out, we run out. So it's up there now. You can give that a try. All right, let's put this down over here. Now, a lot of times you'll fill this martini glass up fully to the top. I hate when bartenders do that because then you're spilling half of it anyways. Another classic part to this martini is throw some little beans on there. Boom, and there you go. There is the House Cup Coffee Espresso Martini with Cognac. Instead of vodka. It's oh so good. So I hope you enjoy that. Stay tuned for other videos on how to make other types of coffees, other types of coffee cocktails, etc. here at the House Cup Coffee channel on YouTube. So hit the subscribe button. And thanks so much for watching, and hope you enjoy a wonderful February and upcoming Valentine's Day. Cheers, folks.